Given the response to my previous video, it seems that Black Clover fans somehow got the impression that I was coming after their series, when I didn't even mention it once in my video. In fact, there's always been a group mentality between Black Clover and My Hero Academia, and praising one series is akin to dissing the other. In spite of how people view me, I've never really given my thoughts on Black Clover, and I've always maintained that I'd watch the anime when it finished airing, then I'd read the manga. The fact that it extended beyond its 51 episode runtime pushed that back. However, given the response to my last video and the general discourse surrounding the series, I took the time to read all of it and catch up. And boy, what an experience that was. Black Clover is an undeniably amazing series. I'm a long-time Yuki Tabata fan, having read Hungry Joker back in the day, and I even reviewed this series back when it started on my channel. But I held off on reading Black Clover to give it time to see if it survived in Jump. It didn't just survive, it thrived in Jump, and I kept my eye on it from the sidelines without really discussing the series, since I hadn't experienced it yet. Having done so though, I can't help but feel that it is quintessentially a shonen series that will be a gateway for many fans, and despite the flack it gets, it's one of the best series in Shonen Jump right now. First of all, Yuki Tabata's art consistently blew me away, and his ability to draw engaging and enthralling fights while incorporating a magical fantasy element is unrivaled. Many times fantasy series can feel like it's a magical ability match, but Tabata has a real strong grasp of action that the physical component almost always takes the spotlight. Every time there's a battle, it always feels like there's more than a single clash. It's a well-paced conflict that focuses on the intellectual aspects as well as the physical, and unlike its predecessors, it rarely uses the power of friendship. And in fact, quite often Yami takes shots at these cliches in shonen manga, and that level of self-awareness is quite enjoyable. Likewise, Asta having an anti-magic sword in a world of magic almost seems broken, but the nuance to Asta's characterization and the focus on physical growth means that he isn't broken and he has to earn the majority of his power-ups. Black Clover couldn't have existed without Tabata's firm grasp of shonen manga, and he leverages the best of it to create a fantasy series that feels familiar but not to the point of retreading old ground. His strong character writing, paired with his sense for building tension along with fast pacing, makes the series a breeze to read and allows for fantastic storytelling with action that makes it stand out. And boy, does the action stand out. Having read the manga, I consistently felt hyped during the action moments, and Tabata's artistry is second to none when it comes to paneling fights. He has an excellent eye for composition, and his admiration of shonen really shines through, allowing him to deliver compelling fights that have you on the edge of your seats before you even know it. One of the many criticisms leveled against Asta is that he's a loudmouth weakling ripoff of Naruto, but I don't think that's the case. It takes a while, but these very annoying aspects make him endearing to the reader. His struggle and flaw of not being able to use magic becomes the core of his character. If anything, I would draw a comparison between Asta and Rock Lee, given Asta's inability to use magic and Rock Lee's inability to use chakra. Even his relationship with Yuno, there's a level of mutual respect right from the beginning that didn't exist with Naruto and Sasuke. I think these very same criticisms that feel justified are the very reason Black Clover is very good. It's a story about growth that incorporates the best of shonen and creates an atmosphere that draws you in whilst consistently surpassing your expectations, so that even if you expected certain events to happen, the way they happen and the subsequent repercussions of those events lead to some interesting storytelling that enhances the story beyond its supposed flaws. More than anything though, one of the best parts of Black Clover has been the characters. Having all these magic knights and their already established relationships as well as the overarching world makes Black Clover feel much more fleshed out, with a world building aspect that's embedded in the series right from chapter 1, which will give it the legs to stand the test of time and possibly run for a decade or longer if Tabata wants to do so. To add to that, there's a sense of awe in seeing all the strong personalities within the squads come together, and it provides an opportunity for you to feel invested in more than just the Black Bulls. Sure, the Black Bulls are unconventional and weird, but the way it interplays with the other squads make them stand out, and you want to see more of the character relationships as well as how Asta eventually impacts them and how they impact Asta. Likewise, it goes beyond Asta. The series never feels like the fate of the world is on his shoulders, and there are those around him that help him grow step by step without making Asta feel too overpowered. For as much as people are jaded in quote-unquote friendship, Black Clover sidesteps the baggage associated with the issue and builds camaraderie and compelling rivalry that enhances the potency of the story without falling into bad cliches. With regards to cliches, I understand being turned off by them, but the cynicism that comes from that can be detrimental to the reading experience. Even so, I found that Black Clover has a healthy balance of using cliches and taking them in directions you don't expect, that the reading experience is vastly different than the cliches it incorporates into the story. Black Clover has honestly been one of the best reads I've had, and whilst it may seem like a ripoff of certain elements from its predecessors at a surface level, Tabata went beyond that and focused on creating a world and characters that leave such a strong impression that you can't help but acknowledge that they are their own characters, and Black Clover is its own series that deserves respect. In fact, there's a certain point in the latest arc that left a mark on the series as well as some of its characters that surprised me, and I was in awe of Tabata's willingness to go in such a direction that was completely outside of my expectations. Having caught up, I wish that I waited a little bit longer so I could binge the entirety of the arc, but in any case, I can experience it with all the Black Clover fans now on a weekly basis. Beyond that, I have to address the fans just for a bit. I have to say that the Black Clover vs My Hero Academia has created an almost cult-like mentality between fans, and I've experienced it, but we don't need to bring each other down. It doesn't have to be a Black Clover vs My Hero Academia situation. You can enjoy both series, and praising My Hero Academia like I did yesterday shouldn't warrant the ire of Black Clover fans, and praising Black Clover shouldn't warrant the ire of My Hero Academia fans today. I'm sure this video may come as a surprise to many of you, but you can enjoy series in different ways and express that enjoyment in ways that may not be the norm. I've never disrespected or hated on Black Clover, yet my engagement with My Hero Academia shouldn't be seen as an attack on Black Clover. It's perfectly fine to enjoy multiple series and experience them at different times and in different ways. And I hope this video, along with the previous one, allows fans of both series to engage with each other wholesomely and take the time to experience the other side, even if it's just for a bit. Lastly, given how some of you say I end my videos abruptly, I want to take the time to say that I appreciate the discussion and responses you've made on my videos. I honestly didn't think it'd foster that much discussion, and I enjoyed reading most of your replies, even if it was at the expense of my like ratio. Regardless, I'm just getting started, so I'd appreciate it if you subscribed and shared the video, as well as leave a like and comment, but please keep it civil. My next video is just around the corner, so stay tuned and I'll catch you on the other side.